Welcome back to another episode of Coaching with KB. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. All right, so I wanted to talk today. Had a call with a client, coaching client, was it 2 days ago? And I was like, that'd be a good video to maybe talk to some folks about and just good information to share and think, because maybe this is a question that you may have and you maybe never asked anyone. You maybe thought about it yourself. So I was meeting with the young individual and they asked me, should I get a master's degree to be more competitive during this downturn or recession? So essentially, it was basically trying to prevent being laid off. What we was talking through was, okay, so let's pan back and let's think about it from 3-year, 5-year perspective, and looking at it and I always tell everyone that I talk to, let's look at everything from business perspective. Like, you are a business, like whatever your last name is, Smith Inc., Johnson Inc., whatever your last name is, Inc. And so you are a business. And so if you're in corporate America, your business is entering a contractual agreement with that employer, and you're providing a service. They're paying you in a form of dollars, mutual exchange, and things change over time. And so sometimes that agreement can end via you opting out or them, deciding to part ways. And that's just a part of it. And so when you start to understand that's just a part of it, that kind of helps you kind of be grounded and not be totally caught off guard. Not that you won't have your feelings about it, but at least you'll know that's what it is. And you may have entered a cycle of change, and that's okay. So as we were exploring, they were already in the space, right? So they're getting the hands-on working experience. They already have a bachelor's degree. And so one of the questions that I posed was, what do you think the return on investment will be with you getting that master's degree? Will it have that much of a significant impact on your career? Have you talked to someone? Do you have a mentor specifically in the space that may be further along in their journey that can maybe give you some insight too? So that's another thing that we went and explored as well. So one, they was unclear of like what the actual return on investment will be from a monetary standpoint. Two, they had kind of started having conversations with individuals that are actually in their space. And then 3, are you going to take out debt for this, or this is going to be paid by the company? Like, what does that look like? And so, yes, they would have had to take out debt. And so they were kind of thinking about that. And they were like, I don't know if I want to do that. And then something else that we were talking about was, and I'm just coming off the cusp, but I'm just kind of recollecting what we talked about was, do you even want to do this? Do you even see yourself being in this space, in the next 5 to 10 years, or you think you'll pivot and go somewhere else? And obviously that's kind of a far out projection, but are you excited and passionate about this area? Or are you doing it from a fear-based perspective? And so, we were kind of mining through that. But then also, which all these factors are things to consider, another thing that we talked about was for the industry that you're in, looking at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and you can go and look into some other data as well in terms of future economic demand for your position. Like, what will the demand be? So you just get into basic supply and demand, right? Like, is your career field, is it going to be in high demand 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What is the outlay? What is the projection saying based on how much money you want to make and the things that you want to pursue from a career perspective, and then because thinking about it from a business perspective, how much revenue, income, W-2 money that is going to pay you currently, of course, but then also what does the future earnings look like for you, aka revenue, because you're an individual business, right? And so we were kind of playing through all that. And then what it ultimately came down to, they were like, wow, I didn't even really think about all of those different factors. Because my biggest thing is when I'm talking to people is you have a board, right? You have a chessboard. Just understand what all of the different pieces are and how they move. And then you can assemble the board strategically and put together a game plan. So it's just making sure you are understanding what's going on, all of the different scenarios, the different options that's available, and making sure you're thinking about the pros and cons to them, none being good or bad. It just is what it is. So you can make informed decision. That's always my biggest thing, is you're doing enough due diligence so you can make an informed decision, and the choice is yours, and I always push it back in their court to do what you think is best, because everyone has different skill sets, everyone has different power, superpowers as I call it, and things that you do well. And those are sometimes the things that you need to lean on, as well as doing the research as well. So like what may be, one person may be phenomenal in tech, but maybe another person tech is not a great thing. It's not, that doesn't match them, but that doesn't mean that they can't go and pursue something else that can be just as lucrative. And so everyone has to kind of factor those different things in. And that's why someone like myself can help you in that process. But ultimately, you are the CEO of your life, and you just putting together a team of advisors, coaches, mentors, individuals in that realm to just help you gain insight so you can make an informed decision for yourself. No one should ever make decisions for you. So I just wanted to drop in and share that with you all today. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next video, peace.